am here with a very special guest. All of my guests are very special, but this particular guest, I think, tops the charts for the most specialist. Is that a word?
Yeah, that's a word.
The most specialist guest to ever hit Candid Convos with Nurse E. My loving husband, Staton. That's what he likes to go by. If he wants to tell you his full name, he'll do that. But I'll introduce him as Staton, aka Papa Bear, aka Pop, aka Papa, depending on when I need him and what I need him to do, is what I call him. But we are here today because we are celebrating 4 years of marriage. And I just wanted to take some time to talk to you guys about what a successful 4-year marriage looks like. Us. Us. We made it. We made it that far. Everybody's success, what they deem as successful, is going to look different. But we just want to talk to you guys about what has allowed our marriage to be successful, and then how, you know, love and success and companionship can affect your health in good ways or not so good ways, you know. So we just going to jump right in. I'm going to give my special guest, my loving husband, an opportunity to introduce himself. I know him as a loving man. I know him as being very supportive. I know him as, you know, a mechanic, someone who works on my car, a entrepreneur, a CDL certified truck driver. I know him as a loving father to 3 children. I know him as being very enthusiastic about life. I know him as loving his family, not just his immediate family, his extended family. I know him as a caretaker. I guess the list could go on and on and on. To how I know him and how I have experienced him. But I just want to give him a moment just to talk about, brag on himself. I'm sure you have plenty to say, or are you not used to doing that?
No, like, hey everyone. Like I said, she gave the intro. Like I said, everything she said, I do agree with her wholeheartedly on that. But like I said, but for me, like I said, I am a mechanic. That's my profession, my family. Like I said, I enjoy doing that. If y'all need our service, you can reach out to my wife. She will make sure the message get delivered to me.
He got it. It's hard for him to not throw out his services. He's an entrepreneur at heart.
Most definite, most definite. Like I said, I am the father of 3 lovely children, which are grown, but they are still our children, and I'm grateful and appreciative for them. Like I say, I'm grateful and appreciative for my wife. She's a loving and caring individual. Like if y'all seen maybe one of her other pod episode, we tend to bump heads a lot, but it's all in good love.
He's got to bring out that we bump heads.
Yes, because I think, like I said, in a relationship, bumping heads is part of the relationship.
It is.
So if you don't bump heads, then you don't never know who you really are within the relationship. So that's why I always put that out. We bump heads because it's not perfect, you know what I'm saying? But we always strive for it to be perfect. So that's what, you know.
Our version of perfect. Because
Yeah,
we're not gonna reach perfection in this lifetime. But I think knowing that we are given 100%. Well, you like to say 300%.
Most definitely.
You know, we're giving our all. That is what makes our marriage successful.
Correct.
So, yeah. So I think that's really, really good. So you mentioned, you know, your grown children. You mentioned mechanic. You mentioned that you love me.
Most definitely.
And what else did you want to say about yourself?
Like I said, that's pretty much, I'm a cut and pretty much very simple, basic individual. But like I said, I enjoy life to the fullest. And what it consists of, like just being at a good place, you know what I'm saying? within myself, within everything around me, you know. So if that's going well, then everything is great for me because I'm gonna make it happen from that perspective.
You gonna make it do what it do.
It's gonna do what it do.
It's gonna do what it do. Okay, it's gonna do what it do. Okay, so let's just. I mean, we just are chatting.
Correct,
You know,
yes.
this is like you and I can sit down on the couch. We can sit in a car. We can sit at a restaurant and talk
Yeah.
about just about anything.
Yes.
But today, what we're going to talk about is us celebrating 4 years of marriage. We got married 11/20/2020.
Correct.
How do you know how we came up with that date?
Well, yeah, we came up with that 11/20/20. Me, myself, I was born at 11:20 p.m. So, like I said, that was my first time coming into this wonderful world. So, like I said, me and my wife here, like I said, I think it was an ideal moment for us. We just starting life together. So that's why we came up with 11/20/20.
Yeah, we came up with 11/20/2020. We were actually talking about what time we were born. So you were born at 11:20 p.m. I was born 8:23 a.m.
Correct.
And we were talking about marriage and getting married, and that's how we came. I love the fall. So, and he was born at 11:20. So that's how we agreed on an actual date. Because we actually were thinking about just like eloping, and we've been traveling the 50 states, and maybe in one of the states we just decided we were going to get married. But I think that's how we came up with the date. So we are a pandemic couple. We got married during the height of the pandemic. 8/23 was in the summer. I didn't want a summer wedding, and my best friend was born that day. I just didn't want a lot. And then my birthday's August 20th. I just didn't want a lot around that time. So that's how we agreed on 11/20/2020. And for the first couple of years, we actually didn't spend a lot of the marriage together. So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, like I said, the first couple of years, we was in a transitional period. She was moving back to the wonderful state of Maryland. I was still in the great state of North Carolina, and that was our love language at the present time, a distant relationship. But like I said, it was in that transitional. We were both doing our different goals in life or careers. So she came to enhance her career here in the Maryland area. Like I said, I'm a lifetime mechanic, so I was just doing mechanic service in North Carolina, and that pretty much put us in the distance. And in the process of the distance, one of my aunts that raised me, my great aunt, she took terminal ill. So at that present time, I wanted to be around her for the transitional period for what she had left. So like at that time, we was newlyweds, and it was a very difficult moment for my wife, for more to say, because she wasn't used to that. You know, someone coming around. You know, we married. You know, our marriage is the most important thing. Well, she is correct in that aspect. But like I said, I got deep roots from down south, and you just give back to the people that given to you when it was no other choice. They just took on the initiative to do it for you, and I felt like for myself it was the proper thing to do at that present time.
Yeah. So, the first, I would say maybe year we didn't really spend together. We got married in November. He found out that his aunt was pretty much terminally ill by the beginning of 2021.
Correct.
And so he and his sister took time to take care of her. And then after that, he went on to pursue his trucking passion. So that also drew us apart. So the first year is not a blur, but it wasn't a good year. It wasn't a good way to start a marriage. But I do think that although we weren't together, I think individually it helped us kind of curate, okay, what do I want this marriage to look like? How can I put myself in a better position to be a better partner to this man and to this woman? And so during that time, I joined the church and I got heavily active in the church, and I started working with a therapist to just become aware of things, develop a new mindset, just look at things outside of myself, and have more understanding of you. So this all happened within the first year of marriage. And so it was pretty tough, and I would question, what in the world is this? Is it too early to annul? Like, what is it too late? Like, what is this? But we hunkered down and we bared through it, and then so that was all of 2021. And then 2022, you came to Maryland for a little while, and we went to Mexico, spent some time together, and you were here for a little while before you went off to do the CDLs. And so that was a tough year. All the years you're starting to see is tough. Because then we had to figure out like how to kind of like work together. Would you agree or disagree?
I definitely agree. Working together, like I said, it's been a big transition. Like I said, once again, like I said, your upbringing also plays a part
Major.
in your family dynamics when you
Major.
start putting your own family together. And like I said, she here in the Maryland area, her home dynamics was way totally different from my home dynamics. And so at the same time, we like I said, we continue always bumping heads on that perspectives. So we were just bumping heads. Like I said, she didn't see my way. I definitely ain't trying to see her way. I'm just being honest.
It really is there a way, or is it just more so like what is best for the family at the time?
And basically what's best for the family at the time. Like I said, she always got the family at heart. I tend to, like I said, more or less linger towards let's get to the money, which the money is good, but it's not everything. And so she brings that component of that family togetherness. I'm more for this, like we gonna go out here and make money and live life, but she keep that family unit more together than myself.
Yeah. I wouldn't say like together. I think more, well, no, I would say together. I think it's more so just like putting things in perspective. Like,
Yes.
Right now we need to work on the home life. We need to work on the family. And I do agree. The word, if you are about the word, it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God. And part of the kingdom is family. Part of the kingdom is marriage. And so if we're neglecting that and we're not putting all our eggs in one basket regarding that, the money doesn't even matter. All the things, the cars, the houses, all of that doesn't matter if this foundation isn't in order. And so I think for the first couple of years of us being married, we had to figure out that foundation. And I feel like now in year 4, we're in a better space with the foundation. We're still in the process of understanding one another and learning how to effectively communicate with one another. I think that's the biggest component that we're still working on, is the communication. He needs less communication. I need more communication. And so we haven't found a middle ground for that just yet. But, I want to give us grace for at least just getting to this point that we're at in our marriage, making it to 4 years, guys. Some people don't make it past 72 days.
True.
Some people don't make it past a year. Some people don't make it past a month, but we've made it. So what is that? 48 months?
Yeah, 48.
Yeah, 40. That was, my multiplication skills. 48 months. And so I'm proud of us in persevering and, just wanting it to be successful and to succeed. What is something big that we have accomplished in the last 4 years? Can you think of anything big that we as a couple have accomplished in the last 4 years?
As a couple, in the past 4 years, like I said, we accomplished a whole lot of different things. We went through I would say three family events, and we overcome them. To God be the glory for that. Like I said, we got our own place. To God be the glory for that. So
See the lovely couch?
Yeah, we accomplished a lot. You know what I'm saying. But more important, it's not about materialistic things. It's always about how we respond with each other. That's the most important thing about learning each other. You know what I'm saying. Materialistic stuff will always come. Like I said, if you're
Yeah.
able and capable by the grace of God, you'll be able to acquire.
Yeah, you'll be able to acquire anything and everything you want. I think that what we've accomplished, we travel, and we've been traveling across the 50 states, and I think we've done about 35 states, and just enjoying each other's company during that time. I think that that's something kind of big. I think, like you mentioned, us getting our place now. Before, I was living with my brother when I moved up here before we got married. And so that dynamic was for a while, and now we have a new place. We started going to church together because we weren't doing that initially. Consistently, I would say that it's more consistent now. We've also joined a marriage group where we spend a lot of time with other married couples that are like-minded in how they want to pursue marriage. So that's something that we've done together. I think before we hadn't done anything like that. And I think a lot of that had to do with just where we were individually, and then, work as well, work schedules.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that, we've accomplished that. Let me see if I can think of anything else that we have done together.
Okay.
Are you thinking of something? Is that why you're grinning?
No, I'm just waiting for you to come up with what we've been doing together. Like I said, you keep up with it.
You were gonna say I keep up with it better than you
Yeah,
did.
you do. So yeah, like I said, yeah.
So that should be something, you can reflect on, like, what are we accomplishing together, going forward. That's something you can think more about.
I like to say going forward is basically, like I said, what we've been doing for the most part. Like I said, it's spending quality time. Quality time is a big component for my wife, and also for myself. To be honest, I do enjoy her company, and we're doing things together.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just recommend to her that we might start working out together. I think there would be more good quality time together. She's very health conscious. She got me health conscious, and like I said, I want to be here in the best optimal shape, for not only for her but also for myself.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be some good time.
Yeah, I think moving forward, like, that's something that we can do together, because we do a lot together. We actually hang out a lot together. It's so funny. I was talking to some girlfriends. We were having lunch, and one is newly engaged and one is dating someone, and it's pretty serious. And they were talking about, like, their personal time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want my personal time, like, impeded upon, and I don't know what that's going to look like, and that type of thing. And I had, I'm like the senior with getting married being married at 4 years. And I was like, when you marry someone, and it doesn't really have to do a whole lot about love. Like, I'm just leaving that component. Like, you like them, and you don't mind being around them. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm like, I like my alone time. My husband will let you know, don't I like my alone time?
Most definitely.
I like my alone time, but I like being with him. Like, hey, I'm going to the store. Do you want to go with me? Hey, I'm getting ready to do this. Do you want to go with me? Like, I don't mind him being around, and he doesn't mind me being around. Like, anywhere that he goes, any place that he enjoys, he likes to smoke cigars. He wants me to come with him. If he goes out to the bar, he wants me to come with him. Like, it's never an off-limit place, unless it's the bathroom, that he doesn't mind me being there. So it's not about, like, an insecurity or anything, it's just like, hey, do you want to do something? Do you want to hang out?
Yeah, but like I say, if I'm going somewhere and enjoying myself, and this is the person that I want to spend my life with, I want her to come and enjoy the things that I like. She don't have to participate in some of the things I like, but I still want her company there with me. You know what I mean? Because that makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? I got my lovely wife with me, so I'm feeling, I'm on cloud 3,000 at that present time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I
And that's
like
one
that.
of the reasons why I wanted to get married, was because of companionship. Like, that was my biggest thing, companionship. Just when your girlfriends can't do something with you because they're busy doing something, pursuing their goals, their dreams, or with their family, you have this person that is obligated, not in a bad way, but just, they've made a commitment, they've made a vow to be with you, and, you know, they will spend the time with you. They will do the things that you want to. When we, early in our relationship, I had mentioned to him that I wanted to go skydiving, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to go with you." It was just like everything that I would want to do. He's like, "Oh, I want to do that with you." It was never a time where it's like, no, I don't want to do that. And except for when I mentioned going to Iceland. But he might be coming around to that, guys. I think he's going to come around to that. It's a short flight. Yes, it's cold, but we can, get the right gear and go to the geysers and the warm pools and all of that. I think you'll have a good time there.
Oh yeah, it's no way. Like I said, you do things that you don't normally ever do. Like I said, normally I'm cold blooded, but now I know the cold blooded works so great for your body, so I'm with that cold blooded right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're going to Iceland, y'all.
Yes, I think we'll have an awesome time. But it's just to that point, like, we've traveled 35 states together. I think we have 15 left. I think we'll do 2 more before the year is out. Next year. Mississippi and Louisiana. And it's just like, you just have your person with you. Like, you just have your person with you. And I think that was a driving factor in wanting to stay married and wanting to make it work. It's just like, why not have that anymore? Why not try to figure out how to make it work so that the good parts, the good dynamics of the relationship continue to grow? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's one of the good dynamics. Like I said, we love traveling together, doing things together. So that's a glue. You know what I'm saying? You got someone that you don't mind spending the whole day with. You know what I'm saying? So that's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I love my family, my siblings. But like I said, at the end of the day, this is the person I want to spend majority of my time with. You know what I mean? Because I like the things that we do. You know what I mean?
You're crazy.
Hey, just a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think now, in celebrating 4 years, we don't have any fancy plans. We usually have like some type of plans, but life has definitely been a transition. Just in like the last month with the move and everything. So how do you feel like we are going to spend our anniversary today?
Like I said, we got some other plans later on in the week to come. We're just gonna stay at home, our home. It's our, our first place together.
Yeah.
Cook a dinner together, and just relax and enjoy the moment. You know what I mean? Then we're gonna meet with maybe a few friends to go salsa dance. I'm gonna take out there and spin a little bit. I got two left, but I'm gonna turn one right, and I'm gonna spin her. You know what I mean?
I am excited about going salsa dancing. I think we're going to have a really good time. I found a good restaurant in DC, so we'll go to DC. We live in the DMV area, so we like to. I like to be in DC.
Oh, yeah,
you like DC too, right?
Yeah, DC is great. Yeah, but she loves DC. She like to go into DC.
I like to go into DC, but Baltimore is
good. Baltimore is good. I'm in Baltimore and I'm loving Baltimore.
Yes.
Ain't nothing against North Carolina though, but I'm loving Baltimore at this present time.
Yes. And we've been doing a lot of stuff in Baltimore too because you wanted to do more here, since relocating. So I think that, is there anything that I've missed about our 4 years.
I miss.
Anything you want to say about love? We didn't mention a lot about love. We talked about companionship and we talked about support and we talked about friendship, but we didn't mention a lot about love.
Yeah, with love, like I said, with the biggest component with love is, like I said, if you're a believer, you gotta have God leading you, because what that means is love's gonna cover everything that we do. The things I don't like about her, the things that she doesn't like about me, love is gonna be that component that keep it all together.
All together.
So, but I think, like I said, we have love. Like I said, we don't see, like I said early in the podcast, I said we be bumping heads, but that's the love part. You can bump heads, like that's something new to me. What I mean by that is, normally I used to be kind of like so laid back, not expressing myself. Now I express myself a whole lot, and and she said, well, "You talking all the time, but like I said, it's helping me. Like I said, that's my therapeutic. It might not be good for her, but it's this is my way of me able to just express myself. Normally I just keep everything in, and then just make it keep going. Then eventually you make a decision, and then it might not be the wise decision. But now I'm able to more express myself more openly, and like I said, makes a bump head. But at the end of the day, I think she'll really appreciate it.
Yeah, I have to accept you for you. And I think that that's one of the things that I'm learning as well. I may not always like how you express yourself, the words that you may choose. It may put a little distance between he and I for a little while. But it's like when you love someone and you think about the love that God has given you, it allows you to show grace and try to understand the person as opposed to being offended by everything that they say, because he would not have chosen me if he wanted to mistreat me.
True.
He would not have chosen me if he wanted to speak down to me.
True.
He would not have chosen me if he didn't believe that we were meant to be and he could see himself
grow.
Yeah.
Where we can grow.
Yeah, being who God called him to be. So things that he says, it doesn't always feel good all the time, but I don't believe that he's leading with being offensive or malicious or hateful at all, And so I think that that's the biggest thing that marriage brings out of people is like their true heart, where their awareness, their perspectives, their outlook on life. I think that marriage really exposes you to the core. And then you can decide what you see at the core. Is that something that I want to look different or to be different in order to love this person the way that they want to be loved? Because you can't love them the way you want to be loved. You have to love them the way that they want to be loved. And also the way that Christ wants you to. The love for Staton, for Papa Bear, is respect.
Most definitely.
The love for me looks different, so I have to work on my tone. That's one thing that he mentioned with me. The tone is just not always respectful, even though I'm not meaning to be disrespectful. But what he views as disrespectful, I have to take into account and evaluate and see, hey, am I really being disrespectful towards you? Is this how you're perceiving it? Is this something from childhood that you just don't like? Like, what exactly is going on? And work it out. You know what I mean?
True. But like I said, that's like I said earlier, that's the dynamics of different relationships. In your home, your parents gave you the platform that you could speak up at an early age. Like I said, when my home, like I said, you could speak up, but it was a time for you to be able to speak up. You know what I'm saying? So that made a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So how I look at things, man, you know, boom, boom, boom. But how you just looking at it, I'm just being normally how I was raised to be. I'm just speaking up. You know what I mean? So I'm supposed to be able to speak up. Right. So that's like I said, that's one of the, like I said, the dynamics we like I said, we be bumping heads at. But like I said, it's a learning process on my behalf. Like I said, I'm not saying it for yourself, because it is good to speak up. Right. That means that you got the confidence and the courage to speak up. You know what I mean? So And this preacher, you know what I'm saying, just at different times, you know.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, just knowing.
Just knowing when.
Knowing the person.
Yeah.
Hey, he may not want me to speak up at this time
Yes.
in this arena around these people. I may have to say, "Hey, Pop, you know, can we talk?" or something like that.
Yeah, it's always a way about going about doing it. It's like say you got to learn, like say what you said earlier. You got to learn me. I have also got to learn you. So, you know, in these type of environments, okay, like I said, I need, you know, come tap Pop on the shoulder, say, Pop, come on, let me speak to you. Or I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to do this. Or I said, I'm ready to go now. No, we're not doing that. That's not cool. You know what I mean? So it's just the dynamics of what I appreciate and what you appreciate. You know what I mean?
And it's gonna be like salsa dancing. Someone has to take the lead. You know, you have to go in the direction that they want you to go in. You know, you gotta. Marriage is a dance, and
yes.
I think that we're learning what our dance looks like. You know what I mean? What our rhythm looks like.
She like when I spin her. She like when I spin her. You know what I mean?
You're crazy. Okay?
Yeah.
Crazy.
But
I do like to be spun.
Yeah, that's it. Like I said, I have a very powerful and strong wife. So like I said, she like that dominance. Like I said, you just take charge and control. You know what I mean? So you know that's what she like. You know what I'm saying? I got to give her what she like. You know? That's what it is.
Yeah. And to that point, you know, I bring work home, and so at work, you know, I am here. You know, but home, we need to be here. Sometimes I think he wants me here. And I'm like, do what?
That's the resistance. Like I said,
we live in the city, you guys. So if you hear the fire trucks or the ambulance or police sirens, that is what it is.
That's the city of Baltimore.
That's the city of Baltimore.
And I love it. You know what I mean? But yeah, but that's the point. Like I said, you got to bring it. You got to come home, bring it in, and things of that nature. Like I said, her profession calls for her to be very dominant in her field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at home, you cannot bring the dominance to home. You know, I know, like I said, the women of the time, they don't like the word submit. You know what I'm saying? But it's just not. You don't have to submit. You just got to just bring it down. Let's use that word for a better terminology. Let's bring it down. You know, and then everything gonna fall right in place.
I mean, submit is the right word. And we're speaking with believers. Okay. Believers, submit is the right word. If we're not following the ways of Christ, then bring it down might be a better term. But Pastor Zaya is going to do a talk on submission, women submitting. So we're going to get some education behind that. But yeah, I don't want to not submit. I think that I don't always have a proper understanding of what that looks like. And a lot of times I look at things like if I struggle with submitting to the Father, then that's going to be reflective in the relationship as well. You understand what I'm saying? I agree with that. So, that submitting, I think it's a battle because it's basically relinquishing control to a certain degree. And most people don't want to relinquish control.
True.
They want to control what they feel like they can control.
True.
You know?
Correct.
So
I agree with that.
Yeah. So I think that, you know, we were in a tunnel and we couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I think now in this new space of what is happening individually and collectively, we see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I think we can do another 4 years.
Oh yeah,
another 8
plus. Yeah, like I said,
right.
It's unlimited how many years, as long as the Lord continue to give us life and great health and great strength. It's unlimited. So, you know, that's what life is about. Unlimited. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. So do you think that marriage drives individuals to be healthier, like maybe mentally, emotionally, physically? Do you think that marriage plays any role in, you know, helping us be healthier?
Yes, it does, and I'm gonna say no. Like I said, 'cause one thing about being healthy, that's personal. You got to make that personal within yourself. But if you got your spouse over there and they're doing great things or they're looking good, I would think that we should be encouragement for you also to look good. I know for myself, like I said previous, like that's one of the things that draw me to you. I like that you take the initiative, you definitely do your routines, your regimens, whatever. Like I said, we can be out on a trip, but you got your exercise bands and things of that nature, and you dedicated to it. Like I said, you do not miss it. Like I said, you're a big advocate on your rest, your sleep, rejuvenating the body. So I appreciate it. That's what I said, because I said if I got my wife is doing these things, that's automatic. Like I said, I might not be that regimental as she is, but at the same time, it's going to motivate me to perform. Like, it's not saying I don't want the best for myself, but I got my wife looking great. I definitely want to look great too. You know what I mean? You know?
But you know what? To that point, because he knows that health is very serious to me, the other day I was asleep and he was getting ready to go to work and he was like, are you going to play tennis? I've picked up tennis as a hobby, you guys, and I'm like obsessed with it. But the last couple of weeks I haven't played, mainly because of just like the move. The coldness has not stopped me. I'm okay with like bundling up, getting out there, running and playing, but I haven't played in about probably 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Yeah. And he's like, Ebony, you haven't played any tennis this week. What's going on? Like, are you going to get out there? And so when someone sees how you live life and how you take your health seriously, it doesn't matter about like what they're doing per se, but they can still hold you accountable to what you have committed to as far as your health goals or any health journey that you're on, whether it's a mental health journey, an emotional health journey, a spiritual health journey. You know, I was like, look at Pop out here asking me that I play tennis. He know I ain't play no tennis.
But like I said, I'm just checking in with you.
Yeah.
I know, like I said, that's something that you committed yourself that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I know we haven't been out there. So hey, that's why. So,
but we should be, like, within the next week, we should be pretty settled at the place and be able to get out there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think so. So health-wise, we can, when you're married, that can help motivate one another to strive to be the healthiest version of themselves.
I agree with it. It should be, but
Right.
everybody do things and see things different. But like I said, if my spouse, she's in great health, I know myself, I want to be in great health. You know what I'm saying? That's only make a perfect marriage to me. You know what I'm saying? Both of you is striving and doing well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's.
What about spiritual health? What has our spiritual health look like with being married? Do you think it's grown? Do you think it's changed? Like, what do you think it looks like?
Well, it's coming together. Like I said, I'm from North Carolina. Like I said, fellowshipping back in North Carolina, on and off. But now, like I said, I'm here in Maryland, stationary. So now, like I said, I go with my wife. We go to church. You know, say we enjoy going to the church and things of that nature. So I think it's we getting on one accord. Like I said, we up under one.
Yes.
One shepherd, so
Right.
I think that's gonna play a major part.
Receiving the same word, although it may minister to you differently and minister to me differently. We can come together, we can talk about it, and we can see like where we are and how that impacts our lives together.
Yeah, had great conversations about it. You know what I'm saying? You both of you there, you hear what you heard, I hear what I heard. We can, like I said, go out to brunch, talk about it, and things of that nature, and can build off of it. That's one thing I do appreciate the church. Like I said, they building healthy relationships. I think that's the forefront.
Yeah.
So, I think that's real good.
And don't get it twisted, y'all. Staton gets up at 4:30 every day and reads his Bible out loud. And at first, it used to irritate me. I'm like, what? Because I'm not a heavy sleeper, so I can easily be awakened. And I wanted to fuss about it. And I was just like, the spirit was like, no. Like, he's reading his word, leave him alone. So I just don't say, it doesn't even bother me anymore now. Like, I feel bad that it even bothered me. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just like, he has to read out loud at 4:30 in the morning. But I could look at it as he's covering our home. You know what I mean? Like, he is making sure his day starts off well so that the Spirit of God can make room for what he needs to do in your life, in your day, in my life, in this home. So I'm like, dang, stop. Because I can find something to fuss over, you guys. Do you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Do you hear me? I think spiritually we are growing. I always mention like individually and then collectively. And the reason I do that is because, people want to say we're one or, we're whole. It's like, it takes a while to get there, you guys. You know what I mean? And so his journey is his journey. My
Correct.
Journey is my journey.
Correct.
And then we come together, And so each person has to play their part in order for the marriage to function the way that it needs to function. And I would say that we're on a better foot with that.
True.
I feel like time has just... And when someone isn't where you want them to be in the marriage, leave them alone. Like, don't force them to do things that they don't want to do. At one point, I was going to church. He wasn't going regularly. I never forced you to go. He always knew he could come. But it was just like, this is not where he is now. And I accepted it. I don't know if he's given me the same grace. He expects perfection with everything. But I just know that in certain areas with him, if I'm already there, it's okay. Just keep praying for him. Just keep believing God. I mean, he's God's child at the end of the day. And more than he absolutely wants the best for you. And
Most
so
definitely.
he's going to bring you to a point where he can give you his best. He doesn't have to worry about me doing that. He doesn't need my help the way that I would want to give my help, but through prayer. And so if I could give any advice, just let the person grow at their own speed, at their
True.
own rate.
Yes, like I said, my timing is my timing and your timing is your timing. Like I said, we don't both get it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I said, it might take me a year or 2 years. It might take you one day.
Right.
But the key to it is, once I get it, then we on the same page. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If you force someone to do something before their time, then that's not what it is. Like Christ, he's not like that. He wants you to come at the time. When it's the right time, he's gonna deal with you in that particular moment, and then that's when you get the revelation of who Christ is.
Yeah.
Period.
That's it. Yeah. That's good.
know.
So health-wise, we've talked about how, we've encouraged each other with that. Whatever type of health journey I want to be on, he is very supportive. I wanted to work with a naturopath at one point in time, and he was very supportive of that. And he actually came on board and worked with him as well. I'm working with a functional medicine provider where I'm doing detoxing the body. He's very supportive of that. So all of my health things that I want to do, he's very supportive of. But I can't be me if I'm not healthy.
Oh yeah, I love for you to be healthy. Like I said, that helps you. If you're healthy, that's gonna make everything smooth for me. You know what I'm saying? Because it make you feel good about yourself and things of that nature. So I reap the reward of she feeling great. You know what I mean? So I appreciate it. You
That's
know what I'm saying?
it. Leave each other alone.
I want her to be the best. You know, at all times. So I'm on board.
Yeah. And so then we talked about spiritually,
Yes.
Where we are. What about emotionally? Is that one of your favorite words, honey?
No, emotional is not one of my favorite words. She always tell me, Papa, you gotta be more emotional, be able to, express yourself, or not only for myself, but also for her, you gotta be more emotional for me. So that's the area we're working on.
Do you really understand what I mean when I say that?
Tell me what you mean then, honey.
Okay. So I'm not saying like when I cry, you cry, or when I'm sad, you're sad. I think what I'm looking for is more empathy, more like, the tough things that I have gone through.
I do.
You have been there with me through those times.
I'm considered that emotional. You know what I mean? I'm right there with her. Yeah.
But the aftermath of the things that I go through is where I need more support. So if I'm not having a good day, kind of just jumping in and saying, hey, Ebony, I see you're having a tough day. How can I support you? Or just like being more aware of what it is that I've been through, and then just how you can be supportive in some type of way.
Okay.
Is that not clear enough, or you need clearer instructions?
I need more clear instruction. Like I said, I understand. I hear what you're saying. You said assess the situation, how your day is going, and you see me if I got a little drag on me, you say, okay, all right, let me do this right here. Be mindful. I think that's the better word. Be mindful. You see me, I'm not perky, or I'm not being playful with you.
Or you can see me crying.
Or yeah, maybe crying, but you cry also when you're happy too.
I do.
So
I cry all the time.
All the time. So.
You know what? And you saying that, maybe I do need to be a little bit more vocal of when I need support.
Thank you. Correct.
That's difficult for me from an emotional standpoint. You understand what I'm saying? I just look at it like, what I've been through.
True.
Just check on me. You know what I mean? But I may need to say, hey, today was tough because of X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Can we sit down and talk?
Correct.
Or can you hug me?
Yes, no problem.
Okay.
I can do all the above with no problem. Like I said,
I need to tell you.
Yeah, and just engage me. I understand what you're saying. You would like me to be more awareness of what your mood is like for the most part. But if you just tell me, that helps me out a whole lot. Then, like I said, I can definitely engage from that point. You know what I mean? So
before you guys, we couldn't even have this conversation. So this is growth. You agree? No, you got to hit the other hand, Papa. That one.
Oh, this hand. It's right here.
Okay, it's not going.
Okay, we She always trying to teach me something. We working on our handshake.
Yeah, we got a little handshake. Right.
Somebody get back at it.
Right.
But yeah, she always, like I said, trying to engage me, teach me some different things. Like I said, sometimes I be kind of objective of it. But like I said, in my heart, I really be liking it. But I ain't gonna let her know.
Maybe we need to do more of these videos, huh?
But yeah, like I said, I appreciate it. I do really appreciate it for what she does. So.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's good. Anything else we want to share about our 4 years, or you think we've kind of like covered everything?
Like I said, we cover. I ain't gonna say everything, but we pretty much covered. You know what I'm saying? The basis of having a wonderful relationship or marriage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One more thing before we end. We do tend to dress similar now.
Yeah.
He's been doing like this cowboy style,
Most
and I've
definitely.
like really been feeling it. And so now I'm like a cowgirl, and he wears denim. I love denim on denim. This was even like before, you doing your style. Like I love denim on denim. So it's very easy. But we like to color coordinate. We like to
Look
we
great.
like to look nice together.
Yeah,
we like to take pictures together. So we do take pictures together, and once the home is up and running, we want to plan to put some pictures up of us that we've professionally had done. We like to go to nice restaurants and eat. We love an ambiance.
Definitely.
We love good food. I have a lot of food restrictions now, so it's been a little sucky.
Yeah,
More
but
so like for me, not him.
it's going to be like that for me. Like so, I'm going to change up my eating habits, and so we still can go to these to the nice restaurants. But like I said, we just going to eat super light,
Yeah, we gotta
fruits and
eat.
veggies. You
Yeah,
know
we
what I
gotta
mean?
eat
So
fruits
that's
and
what it
veggies.
is.
Yeah. So yeah, so we're just going at it every day.
Yeah.
And the years are flying by, and we just keep enjoying one another and keep growing. And I'm very proud of us and how far we've come. And I think the best is yet to come.
Always, definitely, the best is
Yeah.
always to come.
Yeah, the best is yet to come. And so I want to thank you guys for just taking some time to just listen to our story. I'm going to post some wedding pictures of us also as well, so you can see. We got married, at the height of the pandemic. We got married at the house that we were living in at the time. My father married us. It was maybe roughly 10 people there. We had some good friends come up from Virginia. I sent a text like that day, like, hey, I'm getting married. They came up. Very small. I would not do it any other way. I think our wedding and how it went is a representation of who Papa is. On the fly, get it done. This is what we're doing. And it just worked. It just worked for us.
Oh yeah, like I said, everybody's different. Like I said, I'm spontaneous in that moment. This is what we're gonna do. Boom, let's get it done. She more or less thought it out for 5 years in advance. You see, we both 5 years in advance.
It's a plan, okay? We got a plan. This is what it's gonna be.
But like I said, that's life though. Like I said, what's good? That planning is you gotta have it. That's what the words say. Like I said, I should myself be more of a better planner, but I just enjoy that fly of the moment, you know what I'm saying? But that's why I have a wonderful wife, and she can keep us, get the plan, keep us on the plan. Like I said, I'm a detour, all over the place, but like I said, that's my strong point. Like I said, I'm able to adapt real quickly. For her, keeping the structure of the flow, that's her strong point.
Right.
And together we gonna win. That's it.
Win.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. So, all right. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys listening to our story. Yeah. You were fearfully and you were wonderfully made. A purpose is attached to you. And I hope that through this message with Staton and I, you find your purpose partner. And you guys do life together and it be all that you want it to be. All right. Until the next time, see you later. Be blessed.